tropical storm could form in the Gulf of Mexico as early as Thursday and impact parts of Florida. We're watching it closely here at WRUF. This is a weather briefing on the potential impacts to north central Florida from the WRUF Weather Center. We're going to keep you updated on the TV side, on the radio side as well, and on our Twitter account. If you haven't followed us yet, please do so at WRUF Weather. We're watching the center of circulation closely. It's well removed from all the convection. By the way, the hurricane hunters are investigating this today. We'll pass along that information on Twitter and on TV as well. It's still very disorganized. There is still a moderate chance, though, it could become a tropical storm or a subtropical storm, meaning it would be a hybrid of a mid-latitude low or a tropical low. No matter what, landfall is likely of this system in the state of Florida. We're not really focused on the strength of the system, whether or not it becomes a named storm such as Andrea. We're more concerned about the track because that will play a big role into the impacts of the heavy rain and where that axis of heaviest rain will be. So let's take a look at the model projections of that track. We call this the spaghetti plot. We take all the different models and draw a line following the center of circulation, and there's been a general consensus now to shift this a little further north and west from the first runs about a 24-hour period ago. And we have two different ideas. The GFS solution brings it into North Florida. The NAM, if you will, brings it into the Panhandle. The European is leaning that direction as well. And the difference between, say, a landfall near Pensacola and a landfall near Cedar Key is huge, and let me explain why. There's a lot of wind shear on the system, so it's pushing the heavier moisture to the east of the low. Those strong winds aloft pushing that moisture all over across South Florida and near Cuba. You notice on the water vapor loop here a lot of dry air to the west of the system. That trend will continue on its journey into North Florida, and you can see that easily on our newest future track. Look at those darker greens. For the most part, they stay centered from I-4 southward, according to this GFS track of the low pressure into North Florida. But if it tracks a little further to the west and northwest, I'm going to show you the difference. First of all, here is the model projection on Rain Tracker using the GFS, and you can see the GFS basically creates a bullseye of the heaviest rain from Tampa south down to Fort Myers, and this is because it projects the low to track towards Cedar Key. There's another model out there we're looking at. It's called the NAM, and it takes the center of low pressure up near Pensacola, puts the heaviest rain further to the north. And no matter what, we're going to get several inches of rain across north central Florida from this system, and that's our biggest concern in Gainesville. Here are the impacts. Basically, heavy rain centered around Thursday and Thursday night. We're going to get some afternoon downpours Wednesday as well. The rain should end quickly Friday. Could be some localized urban flooding when the heaviest of rain is occurring Thursday night. Then we could be talking about minor river flooding after this system passes. We'll keep an eye out for tornadoes. I don't think the spin with this area of low pressure is strong enough for any widespread tornado outbreak. Cedar Key, though, there will be some minor, very minor impacts from wind, higher seas, very low impacts from an isolated tornado or a waterspout, but also heavy rain, the big concern there. We're going to keep you updated hour by hour here at WRUF on the TV side, also on radio, 89.1, especially in the mornings at 7:30 and 8:30, and on our Twitter account at WRUF Weather. Stay tuned for more updates on this potential tropical storm.